Hey everybody! Before we get into the newest episode of This Is Us, there's a couple of new patrons I gotta give shout outs to. Both are new $5 backers, so thank you to both Mariana and Shauna. I think it's Shauna. Could be Shayna, but there's no Y. Yeah, thanks to all our patrons, all our subscribers. We just cleared 9,300 on YouTube. That's amazing. Close to 10K. So cool. Thank you guys for the support. Now let's do it. Get back into This Is Us, one of the best shows on TV. Here we go! Hey everybody! JK Calloway here, jumping back into This Is Us. We're on to Season 5, Episode 12. Getting up there. This one's called Both Things Can Be True. All kinds of options for that to be accurate, in this particular show especially. But yeah, the last big things to happen were Jack's brother Nicky came out to see Kevin and his new babies, being that Kevin named one of the babies after him, and, well, he got an invite for the baptism. Didn't realize it was a Zoom meeting baptism, and just showed up. But it had a great flashback of Nicky's life leading up to that day, really. And he didn't fly since Vietnam, and he flew for Kevin, his brother's son. You know, it was really cool seeing, Nicky break through in a way. So, yeah, hopefully more of that to come. Lots of other things going on. Kevin and Randall are still, iffy, if you will. I mean, they're better. They're not, throwing barbs left and right like crazy. But we'll see if that has any more, upswing as far as, getting along. Kate and Toby are still, because Toby lost his job and he's a prideful dude. And what I'm afraid of with that situation is, now Kate went ahead and got a job. It's certainly not, enough money to support what they need, but Toby still has depression issues, and anxiety issues. So, that's going to rear its head sooner than later. It just makes me nervous. We found out Tess is dating. That's a big step, doesn't really matter who, but the who happens to be a trans person, which I don't think is going to be an issue for anybody. Tess is going to try to pretend it's an issue, but that's not the issue. You're dating and you're 4. It's a big step, dude. Lots of other things going on. Can't wait to jump back in. It's one of the best shows on TV. And yeah, let's jump back in and see what they got. Before we get into it, make sure you do hit that subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. Right around 9,300, 9,400 right now. It's awesome. Thank you. Hit like so more people find us. Hit the notifications bell if you wish. Know when we put stuff out. We'll put it out when we're planning to on the schedule we put out on Sundays. We try. Just me doing all the editing, so I'm doing my best. We're still doing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. 3 more episodes of that, I believe. That's on Mondays, if not earlier. The Umbrella Academy will be on Tuesdays. We're starting up Season 2 next week. This Is Us will be on Thursdays, if not sooner. And Fridays, we're still doing Doom Patrol, so there's lots of good stuff here on the channel. Also, check out Patreon if you like to, patreon.com/JKReacts. Full reactions to all the shows we watch on YouTube, plus we do exclusive content. Starting this week, we're starting up Black Mirror. That'll be our Saturday show until we're completely caught up. Sundays, we're doing The Wire, and we're starting up Season 2 this week, so Patreon exclusives. If you want to check them out, go check them out by going to Patreon. I'm not a salesman. We've also done all the MCU, me and my 7-year-old Draco, Iron Man all the way to Endgame. We've done them all. And full season drops. We do full season drops every first of the month. April 1st, we just dropped Unbelievable. Hell of a show. Really, really good. And the winner of the poll coming up for May 1st was I Am Not Okay With This. So that'll be a fun one. I've heard messed up, delightful things about it. But yeah, for now, let's jump back into This Is Us. This is the quarter poll, I think, for the entire season. I'm not sure. I don't know how many episodes. I know they're scheduled for 18. I don't know if that changed because of coronavirus, A lot of things have, so we'll see. I mean, this could be the finale for all we know. You never know. Let's appreciate what we got. Jump back in.
The only person in my wedding party will be Kevin's sister, Kate. I asked her yesterday. We screamed, we cried, we sang We Are Family by Sister Sledge. It was beautiful.
Ew.
Well, my best man will obviously be my brother. And when I ask him, I'm sure it will be equally beautiful.
You haven't talked to him yet? Let's talk rehearsal dinner. Who's hosting?
That would be my mom and her husband, Miguel.
He's the guy who's banging my brother's wife, right?
Well, I call her mom, but yeah.
A job where you help blind youth discover their inner musician is tailor-made for you.
Thank you
Fair.
for being such a trooper.
But I prefer forced early retirement without benefits.
Not funny.
I'm kidding.
You can't just propose to someone like Rebecca without practicing first.
Someone practice? Rebecca,
Wait, do you have the ring?
you want to practice with the ring?
Yeah, Jack is your main prop. Are you gonna get down on one knee?
You want the whole thing?
This is serious, Jack.
Rebecca.
Yes, Jack. Why'd you make me use the real thing, huh? Why did you put it all the way on there?
Didn't know you had a huge knuckle.
Stop right there. It was a very good proposal, Jack. I would have said yes.
How much time you got?
All right.
Nikki, I am thrilled to have you aboard the planning committee. Dinner.
It's gonna be
I'm
bad.
thinking small plates.
It's gonna be bad.
That's basically a bunch of appetizers that add up to a full meal. That way people can help themselves as much as they want.
Well, you're no stranger to help yourself wherever you want.
What was that?
This is Alex. Hi, it's so nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, Alex. Popper?
Yes, we'll eat them upstairs. We need to go study. All right.
All day, you have been shooting down pretty much every idea that I've had, and it's just starting to wear down on me.
No, it's kind of like the way you wore down my brother's wife to get her to marry you.
Excuse me?
Nikki, what the hell, man?
Oh, forget it.
No, I don't want to forget it.
Hell no.
It just doesn't sit with me, you know? I mean, my brother cuts me out of his life and replaces me with you, and then you come along, you swoop in, and you marry his wife.
No. He died 30 years ago.
I married Rebecca 13 years after Jack died.
Right.
Sorry, this is really important. Just one sec.
There were a lot of applicants for this job, and you were not at the top of my list. You love your kids, but if that means that you can't be present for my students, this isn't gonna work.
I'm so okay with that. Just being straight up honest. Don't be snide. Just be straight up. Not first.
Mom!
Yeah.
What are you doing? I can't believe you just barged in here like that.
I didn't barge in. I knocked.
Sorry, she's such a psycho.
Oh.
What did you call me?
I'm sorry.
Like, why are you being a dick?
That was mortifying.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you called me out my name.
Yeah, because that's what you're mad about.
What is that supposed to mean?
I saw the look on your face when you opened the door. When you saw me with them.
What look? I didn't give a look.
Sure.
She didn't give a look. Like, she doesn't know how to react to it, maybe? But she's not being a fucking bigot like you're pretending. She's not being a prick like... She's trying to be an ally, you motherfucker. Like... I get it's different than, you know, like... It's a mother-daughter situation. So, of course, she's gonna be a teenage asshole at some point. She's not gonna be perfect. But, like, calling her basically a bigot... Shut up, Tess.
Why all at once my heart took flight.
At the top of the song it says Allegro. What does that mean?
Brisk and lively.
Good. Yeah, well, let's
Not so
remember
much.
that.
And now she's finally realizing that she is smart and she is a badass. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. And it's making her just feel so excited she could burst. So it's safe to say that when you're singing the song, that you would feel all the things.
I'll never know what made it so exciting.
When Tess first came out, I was totally fine. And now I
This is the part where you let go of what you thought would be and adjust to what is.
If
you saw anything on my face today when I saw you and Alex together on your bed, you need to know this. It has nothing to do with how much I love you, because you're perfect. Just the way you are.
I know you're trying. I also know you don't have to try with Annie or Deja. It makes me sad.
I get it. I totally get it. Like, I love to think that, you know, if one of my boys comes out as anything other than straight, really, I'd be good. But you know, who knows? I'm pretty goddamn liberal, but, you know, I've had plenty of, you know, friends on, you know, LGBTQ and all that, but you never fucking know. That thought freaks me out, actually. Not that I would, like, disown him or anything, but that I wouldn't be 100% on board right away. You know what I mean? Like, they never have to worry about me, like, kicking him out of a house or any stupid bullshit like that. You know, but, like, the Beth thing, that's, like, perfect encapsulation of my worries. Like, I mean, neither one's, you know, they're 9 and 6. They haven't really said anything or, you know, mentioned anything other than, like, my 9-year-old Thomas, all of his friends are boys. And my 6-year-old Draco, 7-year-old, sorry, he just turned 7. All of his friends are girls. So, you know, it literally doesn't mean anything, you know, but I think about that all the time. Like I'll be okay if one of them turns out to be, you know, non-binary, whatever. Like, I'll be okay. I fucking hope. You know, I don't have hate in my heart for anybody. But it's like, it's just a gross feeling to think that you might not be. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, ugh.
Hey, Miguel, it's Nikki.
Oh, hey.
I just want to apologize for the way I acted before. That was my own stuff. It had nothing to do with you.
He never replaced you, Nikki.
Would you stand up the altar with me? You know, maybe say a few words at the reception?
He couldn't call me his best man. Because I think that somewhere, deep down, he was saving that place for you.
I'm calling to ask you to be my best man.
Absolutely. I'd be honored.
When you stand up there next to me, I don't want there to be anything between us.
And I know when the twins were born, you said it was a bad time to talk about our childhoods and how you felt growing up in our family.
Hey, Kev.
What if I come out? What if I come see you?
Really? Yeah. Brother, that's cool with me.
Well, all right then. I'll book a flight.
Hey! Oh. How many? He's had a lot of relationships. Oh, so they showed the next week on. Next week. So it's actually next week. And it's going to be the Kevin Randall conversation. Whew. What makes me nervous, and frankly, you know, Madison isn't the best choice for him. Like, they had kids. Great. But I'm like, come on now. Sophie? Even the other two, Cameron from House and Beth's unbelievable sister, better choices than Madison. I'm just saying, Madison's fine. She's 4th place, though. But what I worry about, like I mentioned, do they really bring those 3 back just to smile at a magazine? For that brief moment? You know what I mean? Like, I know Cameron from House, I never remember her name. I will never remember her character name on this show. She's been around. She was around during the Nikki episode, you know. But the other two, Sophie, we haven't seen her in seasons at this point. And Beth's sister as well. I do not remember her name either. But Are they gonna go cheese and be like, I saw you in the magazine, decided I want to give it another try? I don't doubt it. I don't put it past these writers. They try to make Kevin look like king shit at all times, so why not boost that ego even more? But there were some fun things that happened in this episode for sure, like Miguel and Nikki going at it, you know? And I love the fact that Miguel went back at him with some barbs, you know what I mean? He just didn't sit there and take it. He's like, hold on, little bitch. Toby is this close from losing his shit. And I'm scared, man. Like, I don't, you know, he's not going to hurt himself. He's not going to hurt other people. But we've seen him have breakdowns before. And it's fucking horrifying and tragic. And he does a hell of a job with him, the actor. So, like, I hope we don't see it again. But, you know, everything's out of control. Everything's out of his hands. You know, anyone who's got, you know, bipolar disorder or depression, anxiety. I've got a bit of OCD that I do take medication for. When stuff starts getting out of control, it's, you know, it's a bad look and it's a bad feeling, and it's hard to explain. You feel like you have to overcompensate and control something that doesn't need control. For instance, other people in your life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, it can be bad. But yeah, it's shaping up real nice for the finish line of this season. Apparently there's going to be a 6th season, right? So there's going to be one more. So it's going to be like Lost. The first 3 were great. Last 4. I'm just kidding. This one's really good so far. Did I say last 4? I meant last 3. Thank you guys for watching. Leave comments. Let me know what you thought of this episode. You know, where do they go from here? You know, there's certainly a lot more to talk about with Beth and Tess. You know, like, I didn't think they were going to go that direction with Beth, you know, fully admitting that she has issues with, you know, letting go of what she thought Tess would be, I guess is the best way to put it. And, you know, that's not my, like, when I spoke about it for a bit about what my worry is, I'm not worried that, you know, they're not going to meet a nice girl and settle down or anything. I'm more so worried about the pieces of shit that'll give them trouble in this world, you know what I mean? Like bullies, and not so much bullies, but fucking people that would commit hate crimes. That's my worry. And I don't care if they're straight, I just care if they get hurt. You know what I mean? Relationship wise, it doesn't matter what you are, you're gonna get hurt and you have to learn from it. But how other people treat you, you know what I mean? Like, all this bullshit about straight pride, no one's ever gotten their ass kicked for being straight. I'm just saying, it's never fucking happened. So anyone who whines about that shit, like, oh, it's more important to be gay and straight in our society, fuck you. 2 fingers up your fat ass. But yeah, it was beautifully played by Beth and Tess. Because, you know, Tess literally said, I know you're trying. And I feel like an ass. I feel lesser than because you have to try. Accurate. That's like one of my worries. And like, I bet that's gotta be, that's gotta come up with Beth too. As, you know, progressive and as good as things have gotten for all people, there's still pieces of shit out there. There's still giant pieces of shit who thumb through a fucking religious text written 2,000 years ago and think they're justified for hurting people because they're different. And fuck, like, anyway, soapbox moment over. Thank you guys for watching. We'll jump back into it next week. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you next time.